so I'm okay with it. Let's let it
That,
ride.
Let's go. We got a lot of
that
people in chat already.
Yeah, we
you
do, don't we?
So
most
I like
people
this.
aren't
Yeah, we got
expecting
one or
it to
two
start.
people
They know
on
I'm
here.
here. Most people aren't expecting it to start on time. They're going to think it's late. So.
Yeah,
That's
that's how
funny.
it is with me there, brother. That's exactly how it is. Everybody know I'm always late.
Hey,
Well, welcome, Curtis, Whiskers, John Boys, Ernest, Stampy,
I saw Jay was on there earlier.
River Cats, Fishing with Whiskers, Maurice,
What's up, Maurice? River Rat?
River Rat,
It's like Fresno's
Awesome.
on.
Rhonda,
Kelly,
Fresno. Yeah, I saw Fresno
Book,
earlier.
Fresno.
That's right, Rhonda. That's right. Someone else starts the show. I'm on time.
Yeah, I was on that. Nah, just kidding.
I was trying to
I was trying to
decide
get.
which one
I was,
to hit, and I hit it, and it was like, well, too late now.
Eric
Thanks
G
for
had
coming
that.
in, Eric.
We're having such
I
a
was
good
trying to make
conversation. We
some
almost forgot to
bread.
go live.
I was trying to make some bread before I got live, and my stove decided that it was pretty dirty, and started the alarm started going off in the house, so
Nice.
I had to shut her
So
down.
if we see firemen in the background of your house, Adam, then it's normal. Don't worry about it.
The kids are upstairs; they'll take care of it.
Hey, I can't believe that Marty even dropped in.
All right.
Boom, boom.
Well,
What's up, Monty? Good to see you.
y'all all
Well,
know we got two
Hey,
stands
Monty.
in the queue here. 922. Had it, brother.
What's up, 92?
Dom, you need to
922,
turn your
what's going
mic
on?
up. Your mic is real low.
Just a tad.
My mic is low. But maybe I need to talk louder.
There you go.
Maybe
I
it's
can
on a
do
curve. Maybe
So
it's on a
naturally, in
curve.
other words.
That's
I'm up
right.
here
I
most
can
of
talk
the time.
louder. I'm good at being loud.
So who's our special guest today, Don?
The man, the
I don't
myth,
know.
the
Who is
legend,
that mystery person in the corner?
Mr.
Hmm.
Two stands.
What is up, everybody? Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see all these awesome people out there. Rebel River Cats, Doug, Stampy, all the awesome people out there. Rhonda, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate everybody coming in tonight. And Don, Adam, and Randy. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you asking me to be up the guest tonight. I've had a little bit of live time, so I might know a little bit about this.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Well, hell, just take it over. We're gonna go get us a pizza.
Be careful what you say, man.
Good to
I've
have you,
done,
brother.
I've been live for 43 straight hours before without sleeping, so
Dang.
Is that
we won't do this
two,
one that long.
222 of 22?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's up, Nate?
Yeah. Well, I asked you up here for a very good reason. Because number one, I mean, you're two stands.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you.
You don't need a second reason.
Right. Right. I agree. I mean,
Thank you.
what
Thank
else
you.
needs to be said? Why
My
bash
wife-
Nate? Howdy, welcome.
My wife is over there shaking her head saying, well, you guys got to stop because his head's already too big. Y'all are
Have to get
blowing it
the
up
new
even
hat.
more.
One of them Velcro hats that attaches in
Yeah.
the back.
Welcome in, 922, Steve Fouts, Rebel.
Howdy,
Steve
welcome.
Bowes, what's going on?
But the other reason, I mean, I wanted everybody to hear your story.
My story. What stories? Which story is that?
FOA, howdy. Because, I mean, You had some pretty amazing. I've talked to you. I've met you. I know you. And
Word, Freddie.
you're I mean, you're cooler than the other side of the pillow, brother.
Well, my head. You're gonna pop my head. You're gonna pop my head there, Don.
Well, what's up, Brady?
Brandon, welcome aboard.
Hey, that's a really
Brady?
cool guy there. That kid right there. He is pretty awesome. That kid is. I mean, that's a really good kid there. You can't go
What's up,
wrong.
Brandon? Good to see you.
But I mean, yeah, Wabash Nate. I just I just let it fly tonight. If y'all would have saw it before this live started, woo!
Yeah, I was wondering when someone's going to bring that up. I was
If
like,
you
mercy.
saw this stuff an hour ago, you'd have been like, what in the world is going on?
Just before we went live, I came on and I was like, I got to be in the wrong room. I don't recognize that guy. Who the hell is that?
Yeah, I just let it fly.
I
telling
know.
you. I spent
No,
the hour.
just a second.
I spent the hour taming this mess.
That's
Before the
after
live.
that's after an hour here.
Right, this is tame. If y'all would have saw it like this,
Holy
y'all
cow.
would be like, "Woo!"
Nelly.
Imagine this.
You
Just,
should just shave it. Just get it on, get it gone.
I
damn.
can't and won't anymore.
So two stands. How come we call you two stands? How did that nickname come up?
Well, it just sort of when we first started. When I say we first, I found the catfish community, and I was a few years back. Well, over a decade in a real bad car accident, messed up my back really bad, and kind of had just not been doing very much, and kind of you get caught up in your situation, and you start getting down on yourself, and then that happens, and you start piling stuff on. And you think it's all of a sudden this mountain in front of you, and you give up on things. And but long story short, had given up. Say, give me a sign. And bam, a Chunky Cats Live came up and found the catfish community. And so doing some chat, and next, moderator on some channels. And, when you got personality, you just start talking with people and you're saying hello. So, hey, you see new people in your chats. That's where this community, say hello to them, because you never know how somebody got there. You don't know what they're in. The first chat when I was in there, it was a dark time. So that was you say hello to everybody, welcome the new people in, because that's how we all grow. Give them a helping hand. But so anyways, so started doing the chats. Next thing you know, I'm like, man, I can do this. I want to get back out there. Started going back out fishing, and then we started with my son, and his name is Stan too. So we were doing that for a little bit, and
Wow.
we're trying to come up with a channel name, and all of a sudden it was like, well, you're two stands. My wife was like, you're both stands. You're out there fishing, so you're two stands. And then I do all the talking, so it just kind of came up as everybody just started calling me two stands, and my son is Stan 3. So the nickname Two Stands just kind of stuck to me, and he's Stan 3, and so that's kind of how that happened.
That's an awesome story.
You talk never.
Nah,
Yeah,
not much.
Can
That
you
was my
imagine?
question. I was going to ask you, how has the catfish community in the last couple of years, how has it changed you?
Oh man, it
What have you
brought me
done
back to. It brought me back to kind of who I was. I managed. I was in the military, managed restaurants, and I was. I've always been that kind of shy, calm, reserved, quiet kind of person that didn't really talk.
I'm going to fall over in his chair in a second.
No, but when you're out there, and I was managing, I was dealing with thousands of people a day. So you kind of got to be able to talk to people and deal with all kinds of different people, and then you go from that to having a severe accident, and then you go from talking to thousands of people a day to just your immediate family, and it kind of boom, it's a big shock. So to be able to get back out and do this kind of thing, and going to CatCon and meeting all the people out there and fishing live with a bunch of people and hosting the catfish cook-off and all kinds of stuff like that. It just kind of brought me back to who I was. So it's been a blessing. It's been a blessing.
Awesome.
Yeah. There's some good folks.
Well, welcome, Eddie. Welcome, Lynn.
Welcome, Gerald.
Howdy, fellas.
JBT.
Faust, I did not get that buck. I saw him for a glimpse of him today, but he got the best of me, went on the other side of the fence line, and I had a chance at a 4-pointer today, and I only had his butt to see, so I let him go.
For some of us,
my
that's the
day
best
today.
part.
That is the true statement right here. This young man right here.
How long have you been catfishing then, Stan?
Well,
that's a very true statement right there. Me and this young man, I pulled up to fishing hole, and there it was right there. I saw it and asked him how it was going, and y'all know me, I talk less than 2 stands.
yeah, and the Catfish Ambassador, I think that was Monty that put that out there. Like, I really believe that that's up to us. We primarily do catfish because of James River right here. But like Dom said, you pulled up there, you saw some other people. Man, that's part of the biggest things that we do is when we're out there, we're talking to everybody. If somebody needs some bait, we give them some bait. If we try to help everybody out there. And for me, that's what it is. Like we have to be the ambassadors for the fish that we're after. Because if we don't look after them, nobody else is going to. So yeah, my son, the one day he was out in his kayak and he actually pulled back it was one of those big, like almost a 30-foot boat with his kayak and stuff. So, we really believe in that. And I think it's very, very, very important that, we need to be the ones educating people out there. You don't got to be rude about it or anything. Just, we have to stick up for the fish. And I really believe it's important.
So speaking of bait, Stan, what's your favorite go-to bait for the cats?
Absolutely right here in the James River, it's gizzard shad, because
Nice.
we have, when you can get this gizzard shad 20 inches long, that's the primary
boys.
food. Yeah. That's the
Nice.
primary food source here. So whatever body of water you're on, whether it be bluegill, shad, shiners, river chubs, whatever it is, whatever that main food source is, in my opinion, to catch the biggest predators out there, whether it's catfish, pike, whatever, if you stick to, now there's going to be, separate little things here and there, but day in, day out, if you stick with their primary food source, what they are eating every day to get that size, you're going to be able to catch big predators out there. And that's just, that's my opinion. But I think it's,
live or
I
cut
think
bait?
it worked for us. Both,
Right.
because we have flatheads here too.
Nice.
Yeah, I wish we had skipjack. If we had skipjack here, River Rat, I would say skipjack. Now, when we have
That's me.
hickory shad river from the ocean, they are pretty much the saltwater equivalent to skipjack. When they come up, they are the primary food source, so that's what we start using then. But
Nice.
yeah,
Right on.
Good evening, Tim.
Does
Thank
it
you.
usually switch from season to season, from like spring to once you hit like more of the fall time? Are you kind of switching up, or are you kind of like you said you're sticking to it with that gizzard shad mostly?
the majority of the time here it's gizzard shad. We have a spring run of white perch and shad that come up the river. Hickory shad, which is like
Okay.
the skipjack. When they come up and they turn into the primary food source, we kind of switch over to those. But
Okay.
it never hurts to have a couple of different baits, because for whatever reason
Yeah,
they could
exactly.
be onto something else that day. You never know. And when the hickory
Yeah.
shad are up,
This year,
just like Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say like this
No, I was just
year,
gonna say that.
I never really fished like late season for flatheads until like this year. I really pounded on my boat, and bluegills just never cut it. And then I found out like some rock bass, and it was go time after that. We got on some
There you
big flatheads. It was awesome. Actually, my wife
There you
got
go.
on some big flatheads.
But nephew, it's not the year's not over, and we can go anytime. I just need to get my vehicle right so we can get out there. Because the big fish are still here. We got warm weather coming all week. So
Yeah, I mean,
Stan, how did you beat J Dog out as mayor?
well, that was just kind of. I was just kind of into it before he did, and that's kind of always been my name. My wife kind of used to call me the mayor because I couldn't go through any aisle of a grocery store without talking to at least 10 different people in every aisle. And
Kissing
talk with
babies
the
too,
kids
probably, right?
Oh yeah. It was just yeah. I was, oh, look at you, you're so cute, and it was just that's just my personality, and so she's always called me that, and it just kind of stuck and went from there.
What caused me a lot of
Somebody was
things
saying
about
about
the mayor.
Welcome aboard, Redneck. Thanks
Had
for
it, had it,
coming
Kelly.
in.
KY Redneck, had it, welcome.
So I had a question, Stan. When you
Yeah,
like to,
you're behind the logo.
if you're going live fishing, how do you like to hook them with live bait?
With live bait, well, here's something I really haven't said much about, and I was about to do a video on that. It depends on how you're fishing. Like if you've got a bobber and you're fishing where the line is coming down, so you want that fish swimming down, you hook it from the top, and so you hook it kind of behind the dorsal fin back there. Now, if you got it anchored up, what most people do, they'll put it up on top, or they'll put it, through lips. And what happens is that fish hook it through the top of the fish. Like if this is the sunfish and this is the the bluegill, and this is like that the top dorsal fin up there. Most people hook it back here towards the tail on the top. Well, if it's anchored and it's this way, the anchor's down here, it's going to swim down. If you hook it from the bottom, when you put a hook underneath the fish, it's going to swim up, and that's what you want. So, most people do it kind of backwards. So if you hook it underneath the bluegill, it's going to swim up, and that's kind of what you want.
Thank you, Ernest. I'd like to tell people if they got their products or their YouTube pages and stuff, feel free to drop links and feel free to come up and or not come up, but promote your products. We'll be more than welcome to do giveaways with your stickers, etc., and help you promote your channels too.
Does Stan know that when you're the guest, you're supposed to bring us all the stuff for the giveaways? Did someone tell him that?
Well, I thought I did.
Are you just gonna wait till like just spring it on him?
Well,
that's okay.
I thought
That's okay. It's funny that you mentioned that, because I'm sure we could do something with we got some things coming up with first of all, speaking of that,
Hey, Mama.
I just want to bring up y'all, Monty and Guard Dog. Y'all do a great job. I said it out in chat before. I told y'all before it started. The Guard Dog Pro staff, y'all do a great job of promoting Monty, promoting Guard Dog. So hats off. Big shout out to you. You guys do a great job with that. Second of all, as far as promoting products, I'm with FOA, Freddie, FOA Custom Gear. So you can use 2 stands 10 there. We've got the FOA rods, the 5 and 6 foot FOA rods, and all kinds of hooks and terminal tackle, mostly for catfish, but there is some other ones out there. We've got some micro grubs for catching bait and things like that. So check out FOAcustomsandgear.com. But yeah, Stand 3 has come up with a couple of hand-tied rigs that Freddie's going to be having on his website very soon. So I imagine give away a hand-tied Stand 3 rig.
Nice.
There you go.
And we could do a few sticker giveaways too.
Welcome,
All right.
darling. Janet,
Had
thanks
it.
for coming aboard.
Awesome
Yeah.
to see everybody here.
Yeah, you got one on the boat too, don't you, Braden? Yeah, on the car and boat. Yeah, he promoting Guard Dog. They got the stickers on the car and the boat. Yeah, I have a 5-foot
and
FOA rod, and I absolutely love my FOA rod. I do. I put in that rod holder. That big blue was trying to snatch it out. It said no. And then that rod looked down at that water and told that fish, if that's all you got, you might as well give up now.
Absolutely.
I haven't caught no 3-stand size fish yet. I haven't done that.
Well, hey, that's Stan 3 he's been on the water since before he was born, because that's something my family has always done. Kind of started with my father. We're originally from Louisiana, but it kind of started with my father always being on the wall. Not only on the water, but outdoors, squirrel hunting, rabbit hunting, all kinds of other things. And so, it's always been outside. And even my cousins and stuff, they're still like, my father passed a couple years ago, but they still, all my cousins and stuff have love for the outdoors now. And they all say it's, thanks to my dad. So,
Nice.
Awesome.
yeah, touch it.
Can't beat the outdoors.
Yeah, I know, brother. I know. That's the whole reason I even started my channel, was because to honor my father's legacy. So I know.
Welcome in, Solo.
Had it, Ricky.
Stan, how many grandkids you?
I currently have 6.
You had to stop
Put
and
him on the
count.
spot here.
I know, it's just like life is crazy, man. So you lose a little bit of this every day. So
Well, see, Christmas is coming, so I see why you're trying to get promotions going. You got to pay for
That's
gifts
right,
for your
that's
grandkids.
hey, and
Give
nothing's
them
better,
all fishing equipment.
There you go.
nothing's better than your grandkid when they're doing the same things. You can introduce them to outdoors. Stan 3 has my twin grandsons out fishing right now.
Nice.
They're 5. They turned 5 this year, and one of them just caught his PB bass out there today, because we fish for everything, but we're primarily catfish now, but
Right.
we fish for everything. If it swims, we have fished for it or caught it before at one point or another, including saltwater. We do a lot of saltwater fishing too.
Nice. You're lucky to be your buddy.
Had it. Welcome.
I tell you what, I hooked into a
what is
monster
your-
bass yesterday. 20-incher on the
Oh,
guard
yeah?
dog. Yep, that's
Thanks
probably
for
the
coming
biggest
in,
largemouth I
Patrick.
ever caught.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
I was actually going for catfish. He took a pretty decent sized bluegill head. So just a head. I was setting up for catfish on a sliding rig, chucked it out, wasn't even 5 minutes. And when the guard dog went off, at first I thought maybe it was just like needed to be adjusted or something.
Mhm.
Then it just set off. I'm like, okay, well, let's get it on. And I brought in that guy, and he was 20 inches. And that's
There
pretty
you
good
go.
size out here in Colorado.
Goes to show the guard dog isn't just for catfish; it's for
Surprised
multi-species
the
out
heck out
there.
of me.
If it's able to
Got
hit
that
that rod and hit the bait and yank the rod down, the guard dog will catch it. That's what I've
Right.
heard. That's what I've heard.
Yep.
I got my PD sturgeon the other week on it.
I
Yeah.
saw that monster, man.
Look, speaking
That
of
was on the
sturgeon,
guard dog.
What? Did somebody say sturgeon?
I think I
Yeah,
noticed
sturgeon.
they called a sturgeon on a, what was that, a medium heavy, or was it a medium Uncle Lou?
That was actually, I should have brought it up here with me. It's a retired medium action Uncle Lou rod, 30-pound test. And we happened to catch this guy right here.
That'd be the one.
Dang.
7.5
That's a beast.
foot, 222 pounds.
Wow.
That
Never
is the
gets
famous
old.
F
He
word.
was 922. I told him this is a sturgeon free zone. He is welcome on here.
Yeah,
So,
everybody else in the in the catfish community, they've heard that story 22,222 times. I actually won a Golden Whisker Award for that fish with the fish fight of the year, because it lasted. It was man, it was an hour and a half battle in current in the James River, and it was pulling a fit. And it was amazing. Yeah, Uncle Lou Rod handled that fish. I wasn't worried about the Uncle Lou Rod. It handled it medium action, and if you've watched that, it's on a video, a couple videos out there in my channel, and I was giving it everything. I blacked out during the.
What did he hit
did
on?
you?
What kind of bait?
It was shad. It was we were bumping. We were trying to do some bumping and stuff, and it's it's one of those things. And I go fishing with Dan, who's kind of like he's a younger guy, and so shout out to Dan, Goober Time Guide Service. Definitely want to check out Goober Time Guide Service. I know that. They actually started on the channels. They actually started with a there's a penalty fee for talking about the third. So you got to drop. You got to drop a. That's right. You got to drop the payment in chat. You got to drop.
Got to get paid
for talking about sturgeon. So
yeah.
yeah. But it's like everything else. Go ahead, Don.
It's pretty, it's pretty awesome. Just the fact that how y'all all came together. Even Stand 3, he wasn't there, and he had to come there to where you guys were to jump in on the fight, and
he had no idea we were there, and we had no idea he was there. He was just like, "What the hell are all those boats do? What's going on with that?" And then he sees Dan's boat, and then he sees us and he's like, "What in the hell is going on?" So then he comes over with the kayak, and we tie the kayak off to the other boat. Yeah, so to be there and do that with Dan and my son, and I like I said, I've got some physical health issue, whatnot, blah blah blah, and without the two of them, obviously, it's not happening. Like I literally blacked out a couple times during it, and. Thank God Dan was there, and then Stand 3 at the end, and it's just one of those. It's one of those that karma, if you want to call it karma, but if you believe in God, that's one of those things where it's like everything happens in God's perfect time, and that was it. That's one of those moments that he gave back to me. So.
Hey,
Absolutely amazing.
Yes, I agree with you 100%, brother. 100%, I agree with you.
I found when I have good catfishing, I catch sturgeon at the same time. But when I worked at the fish hatchery, I found they feed very similar.
That's definitely on my bucket list.
That's right. And I remember that's kind of how Don and I became friends, was after the sturgeon. He was sending me like I always, I was captain of the math team in school. So I've always been into math and science. I know, whatever. But that's kind of how I love all that kind of stuff. And that's kind of how Don and he was sending me all kinds of pictures from the hatcheries and stuff. And man, I just loved it. I love all that kind of stuff. So that really meant a lot to me, Don, when you were doing that. I don't know if you know that or not, but I really appreciated that. That was really, really cool stuff.
Thank you.
Fonda, I had to add
Welcome, Fonda.
Yeah, but I don't even know how to say it correctly, but after my whole thing is like after I lost my father, I was like, I'm done. I said, I'm not fishing no more. I'm not doing nothing anymore. I was like, I'm done. And like all of this mess right here is to honor his memory, because the day before he passed away, he said, "Son, I've always tried to get you to keep hair on your head. Now you got a little hair on your head, and I love it." I said, "Well, I'm cutting this mess off tomorrow." He said, "No, you won't." And he passed away. I said, "Well, there it went. It ain't going nowhere now. No matter how much this stuff gets on my nerves, it's not going anywhere."
Hey, welcome,
Because
Dale.
you are you're part military, right there, Dom?
Yeah, right. I'm a veteran also, so you know I'm used to keeping. Yeah.
Yeah, I was
but-
in the Army too.
For my adult life. Oh, there you go. Well, God bless the veterans. This is I went in the service. I went in the Air Force when I was 17, so adult life, and then I was managing restaurants. You know, you had to. That's kind of what this is for, because I always had to have. You know, you could have the mustache managing restaurants, but I always had the super short hair, and just because I went in at 17, just what you get used to, and like this
Right.
is long hair. This is long hair for me. So,
Welcome back, President.
but I know Freddie, you know, Freddie with that beard, that's in honor of his father. And I think for a lot of us, that's, you know, I think that's why it's important, you know, to support the youth out there. Not everybody has that father figure or, you know, the uncle or the brother or whatever. And the more people that we can, the more kids especially that we can get into fishing, we can kind of push them along, show them how to do things the right way, get them excited about it. That's just, you know, the more we can get out there teaching them the right way how to do things, the less trouble they're getting in, the more that, you know, our love of the outdoors is going to grow, and that next generation can pick that up and kind of run with it. And it's on us. Like I said, I really believe that whole ambassador thing, I really do believe it's important.
Hey, Grey Wolf, thanks for stopping by.
Well, I got the giveaway tool up, Stan. If you want to give away, what you said, you want to do some stickers or what?
Yeah, let's
Up to you,
start out.
brother.
Let's start out with a sticker. We'll do a couple stickers, and then we'll do a stand 3 hand tied rig.
Okay. So do you want to call me? What kind of? This is going to be a 2-stand sticker.
Yep.
Hashtag 2-stand.
There you
All
go.
right, give me a sec.
That'll work.
Stan, what other interests do you have besides catfishing and grandkids?
Yeah, well, you know, it's a lot of channels will say it. Who is it? 3+1 Outdoors says faith, family, and the great outdoors. You know, but I'm a big Saints fan. You know, NFL, I know a lot of people say whatever about it, but I don't let that take away from my love of football. We were watching football day. That's always been a family thing for us. So, you know, I love that. Basically any kind of sports. I mean, all kinds of stuff. It's, yeah, my granddaughters I've always been that. Family is the biggest thing, man. Like, with my son, I actually was in my son's yearbook because every game I showed up with half my face, and it's just little. They were one of the smallest schools in the state of New York, and they made it. They made it to the States, and so I showed up at every game with half of my head, half of my face green, the other half yellow, and I just kind of sat quietly in the stands and, you know, didn't say anything. No, but I made the yearbook just because I was that dad, you know. So, but my granddaughter started playing softball this year, so I was kind of that crazy grandpa out there yelling for them, and did band. And I didn't get it though, you know. At my son's football games, when I showed up like that and I was going crazy in the stands, they loved it at football. At band recitals, they don't like that as much. I got kicked out of a couple of those for that. That doesn't go over as well when you're in the band recitals. But hey, what you do for one, you got to do for the other, right?
That's right.
Yep.
The hashtag is up, guys. If you want to get a 2-stand sticker, hashtag 2-stand sticker.
But yeah, that's I've always, I've done things, tie flies and jigs. I haven't done as much of that lately. Stand 3 has done more of that, and like he'll tie our bucktails. I used to do a lot of hunting. We always did a lot of hunting. But that's the coolest thing, man, is when you can take. He just thought that was amazing. Like he took one of his bucktails that he got from a deer, and cured the tail, and then tied a jig that he had made, and then tied the jig and painted the jig, all that stuff, and then catch a flounder on it. Like, that's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
But I love all that kind of stuff. I haven't done it lately, but home brew wine and beer. That was a pretty good hobby I had for a while. That's really interesting. Taking something and, because that's kind of science. It's kind of chemistry. You got to put the right things together and keep it at the right temperatures, your right controlled, the controlled area. And that was a lot of fun. All kinds of stuff. That's right. That's right. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. We want this to be one of the highest rated shows out there. I appreciate everybody coming over.
We have 13 awesome people in.
I got 23 on my end, brother.
Oh, I saw.
That's what I
Okay,
got.
it's 13 on my
Well,
side, 23 on the side. Heh.
Y'all put it on a couple of different spots, right? You broadcast in a
there's
couple of different areas.
I think it's
Yeah.
on your channel too,
Still
Don.
learning, Stan.
I'm sorry, Don. What's that?
We're still learning, trying to get the word
Hey.
out, get it posted. Jody said she was
There you
going to
go.
post last night and help us. And,
I'm sure she did. I'm
yeah,
sure she did. Jody and I we kind of do Friday nights. I got the 8 p.m. show, Friday Night Cat Chat on my channel. And you never know. We'll have, like last week, we were talking to Epic Catfish and get real scientific. And other nights, we'll just have whoever wants to come up and talk. We come up and talk. So it's just, we're working on some other things with that there. And then Jody does the 9 p.m. Flathead Challenge on Friday nights.
Nice. I'm going to go ahead and start this drawing now. We're at 10 and been sitting for a little bit. What do you say, fellas?
All right, let's get it going.
Roll it.
yes, Dave was
922,
the first one that got me interested in this YouTube. He supported me.
Oh, thank you, Don.
for-
Thank you.
River
Thank you.
Rat.
I'm guessing River Rat knows how to get a hold of you two, Stan. If not, should we put
Yeah,
up
I
an
guess
email?
so. Well, hey, I'm glad you brought that up. If anybody ever needs to get a hold of me, if we're not friends on Facebook Messenger or whatever, you can always email me at our channel name, the number 2. That's the number 2 standsfishing@gmail.com. If you got a question about fishing or you just want to trade contact information, you want whatever, you can always
Got it.
contact me at 2standsfishing@gmail.com. And I'd love
I
doing
bet you
that.
Adam's typing that in right now as we speak. I see him over there intent on that keyboard. Are you putting his email up, Adam?
No.
Oh, man, look at that. He's over watching his fantasy team. I thought he was
Well,
like helping out.
And that's the good thing. That's the good thing about having, an easy name like that, because, everybody remembers it. It's 2standsfishing@gmail.com. It's like,
All right, let's see.
yeah, thank you, wife. Thank you. And listen to your wife.
Yeah,
They got some good
yeah,
ideas
yeah.
sometimes.
Hey, Jane, welcome.
Stink over stink. Good to see you.
All right, let's see. So 2 stands, plural, right? Fishing@gmail.com.
Yep. Because it's my son and I both. So
All right, let's get this bad boy going there. There it is at the bottom.
Yeah, I think we got a good
And-
product and, for an old man like me, it's almost a lifesaver. I find I miss so few fish this way. I'm just getting too old and slow to jump up and snag that pole like I used
Well,
to.
I tell you what, Don, I think you still got me beat. You're a little quicker than I am still.
Hey, well,
I'd love
Monty
to
made
get
that
together with you and find out.
Oh, leave it on, dude. Come here. You want to say hello? Here we go. Speaking of, here you go. You want to say hi?
Somebody's been out fishing.
Just came
Look
off
at-
the boat.
This is how you keep them safe. Make sure they always got their life. If they're around water, keep the life vest on. Did you have a good time
Yep.
out today?
You bet.
There you go.
Welcome.
Hey,
You
hey,
want to say hello?
Yeah.
Here, go. Grandma will help you. Go see Grandma. Oh, bring that here. Here, bring this to Grandma. You want to say hello, Alien? Yeah, come here. Ethan, here, bring this to Grandma. Go say hello to Grandma. You have a fun time today? Say hello. Who caught the bass today? Here we go. Here we go. Here, can you put it on Soul? Let me see if I can get this to show up.
Oh, you got
That might be just a tad hard to see. It's a little bright.
Yeah, a little too bright.
Oh, he could have dimmed it up a little bit.
There we go. There we go. Oh, there we go. There's the
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
there's that big old bass that he caught today.
Heck yeah. It's almost as
And,
big as he
what
is.
both of them have caught what 60s on FOAs so far. Both of
Yeah.
the grandkids, both the twins you just saw, their PBs are both 60s on FOA odds.
that guy right there was almost bait, and then I got a good cast net.
Yeah, we won't bring up the bait part with bass, but here in Virginia, you can use bass as bait. Any game fish as bait. They just got to be whole. You're not allowed to like use them as cut because you got to prove their size, et cetera, et cetera. But
Yeah, that's almost how it is in Kentucky. They don't want you using bass or really using crappie either. But it's okay because crappie is so delicious. Oh.
it's hard to use that as bait, man.
Man, I'm too busy cutting them up and filleting them dudes up.
So Don, I got a question for you. What is the catfish? You know, we were asking me about my story and what the catfish community has meant to me. Don, how is the fish community? How's that affected you?
Oh, tremendously. It was a lifesaver for me. I went from being
Absolutely.
down and out and not having any direction. And since I started out watching you, and you've been kind of a mentor, and I've watched you ever since, off and on, and
Well,
it
thank you,
just
Don.
gave me a whole purpose.
Thank you. That you'll never know what that means to me. Thank you very much.
Hey guys, while I'm
That
here,
brought
I
tears
just
to my eyes. That brought tears to my eyes, Don.
you didn't think you need a box of tissue for the show, did you, Stan?
No, man, I tell you what, that means, someone like Don that a lot of people respect him and stuff. For him to say that just I really appreciate it. That means all those all those early mornings and all that sacrifice. You don't feel well, but you go out. I've had a live show, probably at least 2, sometimes 3 live shows a week, but I've probably spent more hours on other people's lives. Even though I do 2 or 3 live shows myself a week, I've probably spent more hours on other people's lives, helping them get started and stuff. So,
True fact. Yes.
you know,
And I know that about
when
Guys,
Don
I'm
says
going to
something
give
like
you
that,
one of
Lord
it's
pushed
all
me
worth it.
right
It's all
out
worth it.
where it got my interest. that people
Well,
would
thank
be
you, thank you.
interested in what I have. But I like supporting channels. I've been pretty poor because of my health, but today is about 2 weeks in, and I'm feeling great. So I'm ready to start rock and rolling again.
That's right. That's right.
Good to hear.
That's what we like to hear right
Hey,
there.
man.
Yeah. Then
Speaking
it's
of,
gold.
Speaking of rock and
Let's
rolling,
go,
I'm gonna
that's
throw
right.
out. I'm gonna throw out one of my stickers if anybody's interested here. It's the one I'm wearing on my hat.
Oh,
We'll
that's
get
it.
this
Let's
going
go.
here.
Randy, shoot, yeah, let's get it going.
Let's go. Sticker.
you
It's
go.
sticker day. So if you want one of these stickers, just throw that hashtag up, and then I'll throw my email up in a little bit.
There you go. And for
Just
those
for
that
fun.
haven't watched Randy, watched Randy yet, does a great job of catching all kinds of different species, some trout and different things out there in Colorado. So make sure you check him out. I really enjoyed watching some of your stuff. Like I said, Guard Dog has been there kind of supporting FOA. So, and I
Uncle
like
Don,
what y'all
that
have been
must
doing.
be you. That must be your doing right there.
Oh my goodness, Navy. Go Air Force.
You know, it's funny. Every time I post it, comes up under Dominic's.
Yeah. And guess what? Dominic definitely did not say go Navy. I did not
Get him in a
He does not
lot.
endorse it. This is not an
Do
official
not.
endorsement.
hold that against me. I
Now,
did
he'll
not
say go Army.
say-
He'll say go Army. I know he'll say go Army.
That's right. Yes, I will.
Yeah.
Now, see, I'm okay
Army,
with that.
Air Force,
with the-
Navy.
Well, see, the Navy and the Marines are kind of right there. Austin Fishing
There you
and
go.
Fever, howdy, welcome.
What's
Hey,
up, Austin?
Here.
But that's what I'm saying though. The Navy and the Marines, you know, they're like this, and then the Air Force and the Army, they're like this. So
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll give you Army guys a ride when you need it, huh?
We appreciate it because that'd be a long swim to some of the places we've been.
but that's why we have the Air Force.
Right?
The
There
Air
you
Force.
go. There you go.
Now, see,
There
I'm
you
okay
go,
with
man,
that.
Choo-choo. Hey,
Uncle
Uncle Lou, welcome in.
Uncle Lou in the
Yeah,
house.
What's up, Uncle Lou? Hey, Randy, when we get done with this one, I'll throw in some. I got a sticker of my cat claws, and then I
got
got
it,
a
brother.
card I'll send along. I'll put a
got it.
discount code on here for somebody as well. I'll be
Yep.
generous.
Well,
I'll do a 25% discount on a
Damn,
rod
Yeah.
holder.
Stan,
With the
I'm
sticker.
Send that straight here, right here. Just send it to
I
this
don't.
guy.
I don't have the rod holders complete yet. I'm getting them done on Friday, so I'll be putting them back up on the website Friday.
Yeah, you something you don't know about this, Uncle Lou Rod.
Is that what
Look
you're
at
giving
that.
up, Dom? Are we going to
No,
give that away or what?
No.
Yeah, I'm getting in
You're so
that one.
generous, Dom. You a
No.
giver. Did I ever say that?
Tell me,
No.
Dom.
You
Tell me.
are
Tell
a
me.
giver.
What's
But I took
What's so
this one
special
out
about
the
that
first
one?
time, called a 52-pound blue. First time out with it.
Nice.
And remember what I told you about that FOA rod? Well, that was a 36-pound
Mhm.
blue.
Hmm.
That Uncle Lou
There you
Rod
go.
looked down there at that water, that 52-pound blue, said, "You not big enough. Just come on. Just come on. You're not even big enough. Come
Just let it
on in."
go. Send your daddy my way.
No, it came on in. Steve Mosley had it.
You know
All
what?
right,
And
I'm
we
gonna start
talk an
the
awful
drawing
lot
for
about.
the- Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Randy. No, go ahead,
I
Randy.
was just gonna say,
You know
I'm
what?
gonna,
I
I'm gonna
talk-
start this going here, so that we can get some other stuff to give away. I'm gonna go ahead and start this. If you got one more second to get it
There you go.
in, and
Hold on, give him a countdown. 5, 4, 3,
Three.
you had to
2,
think there a second.
oh.
No, big shout out, Uncle Lou's out there. Big shout out to Uncle Lou. He was really one of the
Ray
people
Wood,
that
all
got
right.
on.
Congratulations, brother.
Here's my email. If you want to send me an email
Sure,
with
they're ready.
whatever address you want this sent to, Gray Wolf will get you that sticker. Appreciate you playing.
There you
Good
go.
evening,
Great to see you,
Steve.
Grey
Thank
Wolf.
you for coming in.
Big supporter out there. But Uncle Lou, you know what? He was kind of the first one that he sent us some planer boards, and then we got on board with the rod and tackle, and had all the different tackle, the Uncle Lou hooks, and you know, I can't thank him enough for what he's done for both Stand 3 and myself. And then, you know, my wife, the only reason she wanted to fish the couples challenge 2 years ago was the purple and blue Uncle Lou's rod, and she ended up winning them. We did. We won them. We won them, and we caught 22 fish. Right? Was it 22? Well, yeah, she caught 21 out of the 22. I caught one fish. She caught the other 21 of them, but
Hey, it's a couples tournament. That's why y'all called 22.
exactly. And you know, she doesn't believe that. She's like, yeah, you wouldn't have done nothing without me there, but
Might be some truth to that. I don't know. They always
yeah,
outfish us.
you know what? My wife caught the New York State record crappie. It was over 4 pounds, except
Oh my gosh.
it never made it to the bank because somehow it was in a basket, a live basket. This is back in the early 90s. I had it in the live basket and tried as best I could to get it to the bank. Somehow that crappie never made it to the bank. And then she almost caught a bass that was probably about 13, 14 pounds. And I almost landed it for her. It was like this close. I almost had it in the net. And, you know, it was this close to getting in the net for her. And poof, it came. You know, so she almost had a 13, 14 pound bass. Oh, and then there was that carp that had to be. She had this carp that was probably
3 times.
50 pounds.
How are you
And
all
the
still
carp,
married? 3 times. You lost 3 of her
Oh,
fish.
dude, I've slept
and
on
you
the
all still
couch.
married.
I slept on the couch for
What?
years.
You should write a book, man. Forget fishing. You need to write a book on how to keep a woman after pissing them off to high heaven.
Oh,
All right.
man, you know, but I hear somebody yelling in the background.
That's 100%
my
facts
kids.
right there. 922.
Went to go.
That's 100%.
Oh, that's
correct.
right. That's right. Even the Air Force will fight when you start talking about anybody else in the military. That's right.
That's right.
We're not, Air
Right,
Force
there's-
isn't known for our fighting skills.
Stan,
Well, I
if you
was
had
going to say
to pick,
something
what was,
about the Navy
what-
guys, but
I'm
Stan,
sorry,
if you
Don,
had
what's
to
that?
pick, what was the most memorable fishing experience for you?
Oh, good Lord.
Not
Single one
that
of them,
you-
Don, because I'm just every single dang one of us, you know, without that, I'm not the same person. My family's not the same that it is. You know what? There's just so many. One of Stan 3's friends had a hard life, and parents died in car accident when he was younger. Blah blah blah, and we, you know, he had some troubled times, and I took him out bass fishing, and he caught a. Man, how big was that bass? Juju caught like 7 pounds, huge, and he caught that, and he was like, you know, I know everything's gonna be okay, and you know, some of Stan 3's friends used to come knock on the door, and I'm like, hey, Stan's not here. He's like, I know. I was hoping you could take me fishing. So, boom, out we'd go, and
I'm like, yeah, right, let's go.
yeah, you know, so that's there's been Don. It's just everything there. I can't pick one because it's all too special, all of it.
That's what I wanted to hear. Every trip is memories. And I see you out there with your grandkids fishing and stuff. That's all memories.
That's it. And you know, our friends came down from New York, and there's nothing I won't do for somebody to help them catch a fish. I've got pictures of me out in the water up to here. Oh yeah. Well, I've got pictures out to here. Our friends came down from New York, and she hooked into a catfish, and it got hung up. I'm out in the water like the Chris Flores out in the water to get it, you know. And there's a picture where I'm like this, and out in the James River, got tangled up in a tree. And, this kid caught a stingray. This kid was we were down at Eastern Shores and by Virginia Beach saltwater fishing, and I'm catching. You know, I'm doing pretty well down there. And there wasn't very many other people, and this kid was out. man, I've been out here for 2 days and I've caught nothing. So, I gave him some tackle and showed him how to hook some stuff up and gave him some bait, and he's got it out there. Next thing you know, his rod is just doubled over like this and it's flying. Well, my rod doubled over like this. So we're going back and forth. We had 2 giant cow nose stingrays on at the same time. And hearing this kid, he's like a 15-year-old kid, and he's up and down and he's just having a blast. I'm having a blast. And it was just, there's that. Yeah, well, I never got to land mine, but I was like, I went through the railing of the dock. I got my leg wrapped up around the dock. I'm like, I'm tall. For those that have met me, I'm a big guy. I'm hanging like 4 feet down off the dock. I could slip in at any time, and I get that in the net and get it up. And it was just, those are the things, man. That's I live for that. I love that stuff. So. Yeah. Oh, and his mother was like, just like that's the stuff you can't. Unless you can't describe the feeling for that stuff.
Yeah, right. You're 100% correct.
That's an experience there.
Mike Urban,
What's up, Evan?
Skeeter, thank you for joining us tonight.
All right, I'm going to draw this cat claw sticker here so we can
Evan,
get rolling.
welcome.
And
All right,
Yeah.
countdown.
you the countdown, man. Dom, do it, brother.
Go.
Do it.
Brian B, countdown.
Because you got it. It's a smooth
Yeah,
sound.
you started
It's
it.
soothing.
Let's
Yeah.
do it.
That
Well,
was a
Donnie-
Brian B countdown, though. 5, 4, 1. Go.
That sounds good to me. Close enough. Hey, Adam, after this, I don't see your email in the banners. If you could throw it up, brother.
There's yours.
Skeeter Reynolds.
Skeeter wants
Yep.
to get that.
Skeeter.
Congratulations.
Yep,
There it
I'll
is.
be doing
Looks like it's up now.
the sticker.
Do you want to?
I threw up the email. Yeah, I'll be giving the sticker out, and then I'll give you a card with it that you can go on my website. You can use the promo code. I'll give you 25% off if you want to check out one of the rod holders that I make. I don't know if I got them one right in my hand. I'm kind of in the back or on the bottom screen. I don't know how to pop myself
Let me see
up.
if I can shrink this here. Hang on a sec.
Skeeter, you're a lucky man. You just come in and you win.
There you go.
There you go. So if you got a guard dog, they work great with guard dogs. They're called the cat claws. You just get one of these these clamps here. You can put your guard dog right on it with the hole right in front. So yeah, I'll give you this card on the back side of it. They'll have some info for a promo code. Website should be on there as well. And you can scoop one of those up for 25% off. I don't have any on stock right now. I will have them Friday. All of them done. So.
And just a heads up for anybody out there that's doing. Keep going.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, I was
You
just
know,
gonna throw
I
my. No, you're good.
Y'all
I was
need
just throwing
to-
up my
y'all need to learn to
my
dance 'cause
website.
it's embarrassing here. Someone has to lead. Someone has to follow. It's a 2-step.
You know what? I talk so much. When you're live, the worst thing is dead air. You know what I'm saying?
Right?
So
That's right.
I've
Yep.
been live for thousands, and I've had to talk for thousands of hours in the past few years. So I've learned that you just keep talking, and then when somebody else starts talking, I just stop because I've talked enough. But it's just in my head that I got to fill dead air, you know. So yeah, just keep talking.
What's up?
But I
That's
was
why
just gonna
we
say-
love you, man.
Well, thank you. I was just gonna say, for anybody out there with a channel that's trying to promote their channel, have your stickers with you. Get cards, because when you're out there on the water, part of that ambassador thing, have some extra hooks, have some extra things for people out there that, a lot of people out there that are on the water, they're trying to get started on it. They have no idea what they're doing, but they're out there trying to learn it and trying to get started. And people are always wanting to learn. So, have a little card, have your little stickers, and you'd be surprised how many people, we gave some stickers a month or two ago, and, we ran into those, and they're like, look, I got the sticker on my car. And people really appreciate that kind of stuff. And you just take a half a second to talk to them. And you give them a couple hooks, and you just kind of take 5 minutes to kind of explain what you're doing to them, and you'd be amazed what that'll do for them.
Yep. It's all
And
about the
Braden,
personal connection.
Braden, if you still in here, that's the guy down here, Adam, that I was telling you about with the cat claw rod holders for the pontoon boat where y'all built the board and everything. He's the guy I was telling you about. And
Yeah, they were great.
when it came to the rod holders, the guy that was in here, Freddie FOA, he's the ones with the 5 and 6 foot rods I was telling you and your dad about. We'll talk.
Oh,
about
I've hung out with Freddie up in Mendota.
Yeah, I've hung out with Freddie.
Actually, that's where I got the FOA rods from. I got them from Chadwick Fields. He actually donated 2 of them, the 5 foot and the 6 foot, for my boys. So
Nice.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
that was
That's
awesome.
awesome. And if you do go to FOA Customs, FOACustomsgear.com, make sure you use code 2stands10 at FOACustomsgear.com to save 10%. Sorry,
That's right.
I'm pro staff too. I gotta get it out there.
Like I said, man,
I
a
think
brother's got to get paid.
Freddie also mentioned they're making some new planer boards. He's got some new planer boards coming up.
Yes,
Yeah.
Freddie's always got new stuff coming out, just like the new Monty, y'all brought that out, right? Is that available yet, or has he talked about the mini yet?
We're still field testing it, and I mean,
testing it.
he posted
Still
some
test-
pictures.
alright.
So, I mean, I can,
All right. Well,
let me put my camera off for a second. I'll have a little surprise for you guys in a little bit, but I'll be right back. Hang on a sec. I'm gonna turn off my camera.
I don't know if we were supposed to talk about it yet or not, but
I was gonna say,
But
but
that's what's great,
you know what?
you got to bring out new things. You can't just have one thing. I'm sure that Cat Claws, you're doing new different things and adding this and adding that. Yeah, that's kind of how it goes. And you have a great thing to start out with, and then you just keep expanding from there.
That's
And
right.
that's kind of what Freddie does. He started with the FOA rods, and here at Two Stands, we were honored. We were blessed. He had prototypes that he had us test, and I don't take this lightly. Like, we took it seriously. We got the FOA rods in, and we twisted the eyes and twisted put the reel on it and tried to bend the reels and did all kinds of stuff we could. And then Stand 3 went out there and he took it out there on a brutal. We have a clip, well, not a clip, but we have the videos of Stand 3 doing the tests on there at Two Stands Fishing on YouTube. But and he caught a 63, I think, the first time out there with the FOA rods, and he caught a couple big fish, and people were going by and they're like, holy crap, there's fish that big in this river, and they couldn't believe it. But yeah, he's in his kayak then, so you catch a 60-pound fish in a kayak where you've got tail hanging over this side of the kayak and the head of the fish hanging over this side of the kayak. It makes it look kind of big. So
It makes
they
it
were
look because it's already huge.
yeah, and there you go. FOACustomsandgear.com said just dropped the medium-sized boards. So they've got large, which is the LR boards in honor of Uncle Lou, Lee Reed. But FOA Customs and Gear, we got the and that's what's great about the catfish community. We kind of try to help each other out. We work together. Different companies, I said Uncle Lou's huge supporter of Two Stands for years now. And you got FOA Customs and Gear that is has and Triple City Anglers up there. You can still use code 2stands10 up there with Has and Triple City Anglers. We're really trying to help Freddie out. That was kind of where we focused. Has got a lot of people up there helping him, so we kind of turned with Freddie, one of prior military, Navy, and so Freddie is kind of near and dear to our heart here. Consider him family. He needed a transplant. I'd be more than happy to give him anything I got. That's much love. Consider him family. But that's what's great. That's what's great
for
about
this part right here. Except for that part right there. That go Navy.
Yeah, well, hey, you know what? Nobody's perfect, Dom. Nobody's perfect. You know,
True,
that's what's great.
true.
Dom, that's what's great. Even us, we've had our differences before, and you know what? People have differences. That's what family does. You have differences,
That's right.
and it's going to happen. But that doesn't change that you're still family. You still eventually go past whatever, and things
That's
work
right.
out. And now look at here I am on your show again, and we're you know, family. Also, I consider you family. Anybody that shares
Yep.
catfish with me, anybody that shares fried catfish with me, I consider them family. So you know what?
That's right. Yeah. And guess what? We've been family for 2 years.
That's right.
Well,
Yeah, I agree, Monty. And I mean,
Yeah.
you can't do but love him. Freddie is a stand-up guy, just like Stan, stand-up guy.
Oh,
y'all
thank
ready
you,
for this
thank you.
here? Got a little surprise here.
Uh-oh.
Little surprise. Okay, everybody knows this.
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, hang on. There we go. Not getting crazy. And then, out of the blue.
Dun, dun, dun.
Got the mini.
So there's the mini right there, guys. Regular guard dog, the mini guard dog. Monty and I was talking one day, and I was telling him about how I'd like to make one a little bit smaller if he could, just so we could do with ice fishing with the smaller rods. And now we're working on this. So that's your first peek. For everyone that joined in, nobody else in the world
Yeah.
have seen these live. So good for you.
Well,
No,
well,
don't tell
I
anybody.
didn't
It's a
mean to
secret
bring
between
that.
us.
I didn't mean to bring that out of the bag then if I wasn't supposed to. But
No, it's all good.
No,
Listen.
it's been talked about a little bit.
Yep, it's
All right,
still
all right.
we're still
I'm
making sure that
excited
it's
for it.
Now, is there certain sizes of rods that like is it up to a certain length that should work better? Do you think it'll work with like because it looks like it's a smaller. For
Right.
those that don't know how the guard dog works, it's got a little knob on there, not a knob, but a peg kind of at there,
Nose.
and that's what hooks into your eye. Will that work with smaller size, like ultralight type rods, where the eye is a little smaller, as well as like the
Yep.
shorter rods? Is that kind of the
So
whole
I mean,
idea behind it?
it has the new nose that will fit in the majority
nose, there you
of eyelets. Now the big difference is because it's lighter. And at first we were thinking about going half scale, and then we end up going, I believe, 3/4. But the problem was on the shorter rods, like the most ice fishing rods are like 28 inches, 30 inches.
30, yeah.
The problem is the full size guard dog tend to weigh it down a little bit and we're almost like a flag in the wind. So the problem with that is it wouldn't get sensitive enough, especially for I was using it the first season last year for trout. And if you fish for trout through the ice, it's really subtle bites, super subtle bites. So you have to go super sensitive. So this is meant for the shorter rods. Now, mind you, I did use it on a 7'6" catfish rod the other day, and that's how I caught that bass. But for the most part, I wouldn't recommend it because it's so super sensitive that it's more prone to set off by accident in the wind or high currents. And that's where the regular guard dog is always going to have a place because it's heavier. And you know what I mean? It's not going to blow away like this little guy does. That's the main difference.
Right.
Yeah, they're starting to ice fish up here. We got 4 inches of ice already.
Dang, 4 inches already. I'm jealous.
It's
You know,
okay.
I know people are going to laugh at me.
You got a month
I know
yet,
people are going to laugh
probably.
at me for this, but I miss the ice, man. We lived in the Catskill Mountains in New York, so
Sure.
we did our share of ice fishing. Matter of fact, I've caught my biggest bass, 9 pounds 3 ounces. My friend and I caught that through the ice, and we were pan fishing, so we had to actually, we got it to the hole, and because we were pan fishing, I couldn't get it through the hole, so I had to rip off my jacket, and I'm down to my shoulder through the hole down in. It would have been a hilarious thing, but I lipped it and I had to pop it up through the hole to get it up out of the ice. And yeah, 9 pounds 3 ounces through the ice. So that was
People
pretty
don't realize you can catch monsters through the ice, and it's a totally different experience if you've never done it.
Dude, it's
It almost feels like you shouldn't be doing this. Like this is somehow illegal or something. Because it's crazy. It's straight down and straight up. You know what I mean? It's like fishing from a boat for a poor man.
when you got the ice and it's super clear, like you've got like
Sure.
4 inches of ice, 5 inches of ice, and whatnot, and
Sure.
it's like clear, and you can
It's
kind
kind of
of
scary.
see in that
I
fish,
ain't gonna lie.
that big muskie or pike or whatever comes up,
Yeah.
and you can see it, and it's over there, and you're like, ah!
And you can see the weeds and down there. You'd be like,
Oh yeah,
this is a little scary. I ain't gonna lie. I can see weeds
oh
and
yeah.
everything.
Oh, and that
I'd be
dude in
like,
the
"Ah."
ice, you get the plates that start kind of you get the
Yep,
plates
they
when it
start
gets
going over each
colder, and
other. Yeah.
it gets that
Yep.
crack,
It
and
makes
it
that
goes
cracking sound. Sounds like a
Phew.
Star Wars jet, like
yeah
an
through the
X-wing's
whole
coming after you.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I
No,
tell you
That's
what,
the
it's not for
worst
the
when you're
faint
in
of
a
heart.
shanty.
yeah.
That's the worst
Yep.
when you're in a shanty. It like echoes through, the water starts going out of the holes, and you're like,
Yep.
oh no, what are you
It
gonna
is
do?
not for the faint of heart. That's for sure.
Craziest thing I've
But
ever seen.
that's only just making more ice. It's actually just making more ice when it does that. It's not anything that's
Yeah, there you
gonna-
go. There,
it's
yeah, if you're hearing
life-threatening.
that, that's a good thing. That's right.
Yeah.
It's really strange how much that ice will shift, and you
Mhm.
never feel it.
There it is, right there, fellas.
Woo!
Well, that's a guard dog too. So the guard
Yeah.
dog 1 generation we had, actually, it's the guard dog pro generation 1. The 2 is gonna have. If you've seen the video
There
that
you
Adam put
go.
out a little while ago, there was an issue with the nose on the Guard Dog Pro 1 being just a tad too long for some poles. It fit most poles, but on some with the smaller eyelets, it had a little binding thing there. So Adam put out a video on do-it-yourself how to make it just a tad shorter. So that video is on our Guard Dog channel if you want to see that. But this Guard Dog 2 that Monty's talking about, it's already going to have that modification in it, so it should fit the majority of rods out there. But now, what we're talking about, the Guard Dog Mini, that's still top secret. I can tell you more about it, but then I have to kill you, and you seem like a nice guy.
Yeah. No, we don't want to. I don't need to be killed. That's it'd be quite a battle, though. We don't need the battle here. That's
Yeah, no, we all friends here. We all friends here.
That's right.
It's
That's
all
right.
family.
That's right. I will have.
But
David's saying he's
I'm
going to
gonna
have
tell
4 dogs soon.
I'm gonna tell y'all the craziest thing I've seen in a long time was I'm from Southern Illinois. I was born in Carroll, raised in Mass, grew up in Villa Ridge. I'm where the Ohio meets the Mississippi River. That's where I'm from. So I'm not used to seeing the rivers freeze. It just doesn't happen where I'm from. The Ohio River doesn't freeze. The Mississippi River doesn't freeze. Not down here. I'm heading up north, get up northern Mississippi River, and I see people out on the ice. And I was like, now I know I was on the train. I know we were following the Mississippi River. I said, and I know that's not the Mississippi River. And then we see signs that say Mississippi River. I'm like,
Them
I'm
crazy.
on my phone. I'm looking at location. I'm like, that's the Mississippi River. They out there on shacks. There's smoke blowing out the top of these shacks. So they got fire in there. I'm like, how is this possible?
Right?
Up north,
is
the Mississippi River freeze. Not down here.
That's the funniest thing, Dominic. Like we'd have we didn't, our lake was a smaller lake up there, so we'd bring like the hunting, like the hunting blinds out there, the pop-up hunting blinds and stuff, and have the buddy heaters and stuff out there. So you'd be in there fishing, you take all your stuff. It's like 60 something degrees. You're on ice. We'd have actually bonfires, bonfires out on the ice and racing the quads and snowmobiles and stuff out there. People bring their trucks out there on the ice and stuff. It's if you haven't experienced it,
it's crazy. Yeah,
it's
different.
Before, but not on the Mississippi River.
Yeah, not on the rivers. The Delaware, we had the Delaware and the Neversink River. That's where I used to live up there, was close to where the Delaware River, George Washington crossing the Delaware and stuff. And there was ice up, but that's upstate New York. So it's nothing below zero up there. So you understand that. But again, it's not, where the Mississippi comes to wherever. So yeah. But
They were on the Mississippi River, the mighty Mississippi River. Is
where
what
you
I
got
know.
flow, water moving.
Right up north, there's
Yeah.
on the Mississippi River, and there's current. That is absolutely ridiculous. I'm not saying you lying, and I believe you, Stan 3. I don't
Yep.
have no reason to believe. But guess what? I'm not going to test that theory
Hey,
on the Mississippi River.
Dom, you've met me before. If it holds me, the majority of people out there
He's
are
on.
safe.
Nope.
They're safe. I know people. That was the biggest thing at CatCon that I was surprised about, because nobody in my life has ever said I was 6 foot tall, 200 pounds by the time I was 12 in 6th grade. So nobody in my life has ever thought I was a small person. And
everybody's
CatCon,
like,
and people are like,
hey,
holy shit, you're a big dude. Yeah, I'm about 6'3", about 3 whatever. So yeah, once people met me, they were like, you look small. I'm like, what? But yeah, if it holds me, most people are safe out there.
brother, once again, I believe you 100%.
Yeah, that was-
I'm not going to try that on the Mississippi River. I don't care what part it is. I've seen it break down. I've seen it
Yeah.
just, I mean, it just sweep away
Oh
a
man.
family and like that. I'm not, no. Not our boss.
Someday, Dom, we'll take you out there with a.
Not
We'll,
long
we'll
as
tie
it's
you
not
off
on
at
the
right.
shore.
River.
We'll get one of them
He's
mooring
gonna-
lines and tie you off at shore. That way you can
I
put your
Dom's
stuff
gonna
in.
show up with a rubber ducky tube around him and some
Yep.
floaties on his arm.
not getting on the Mississippi River doing it. Not the
It's
Mississippi River.
it's hilarious. On stand day earlier, we do stand day where hey, and if anybody out there wants to fish, you ever fishing live on a Sunday morning, you want to jump up with us on stand day, just email me at 2standsfish, and also just show up, and we put the link out there. You can come up. Even if you just want to pop up, you're at home, you want to pop up, say hello, talk
Okay.
about something, whatever. We're fishing live, we're talking live. You know, it's everything show. We love having fun and talking about fishing, but we were talking about that earlier today. My dad used to tie a rope around me and push me out towards the thin ice at the edge
There
of
you
the
go.
ice, and I'd be fishing in open water, but he'd have the rope. You know, back in the day, you know, you'd have 20 kids in the back of the pickup truck. It wasn't like now.
No, it was fun, man.
You know, back
I'm
yeah,
surprised they
kids
used the
had a
rope.
blast back in the day.
Right.
Yeah,
It
that's
was
Surprised
the
they
rope
didn't
with the
slide you out
safety,
there.
man.
Yeah.
Now it's
If
illegal.
if I went through the ice, he was just pulling me in. I was safe.
Right.
But I caught all the big fish through the ice because I was fishing open water.
Exactly.
You know, parents sacrificed for the kids back in the day. You know, if I fell through the ice, it was my dad that had the responsibility to save me and pull me up. So it was all on him, you know. But that's what
You
you
know what he
did
was
back
doing.
in the
You
day.
know, dummy.
Right.
Yeah, and you know, back then that was like it's amazing how things have, you know, I don't consider myself, you know, I'm in my 50s, so you know, I'm older, but I know people think I'm a lot older than 50 something, but but you know,
They
it's
think
crazy
I'm older
how
than 19 for some odd reason.
you know, and I gotta say, you know, this show is something else. Like you know, it's just been no fun. Everybody's just so calm and quiet and serious and dull.
It's a serious
just been,
show. This is a serious show, people.
it's been, you know, just horrible trying to sit up here and talk and but I'm a big believer. If you're
I
doing
hate
this,
that.
you got to have fun doing this, man. If you're not having fun out there fishing, if you're not having fun doing YouTube up here doing lives, you know, if you do this on a regular basis and you're not having fun doing it, stop, because you never will have fun. You got to do it. I mean, you got to enjoy doing it. You got to have fun doing it. And that's what it's all about. If you don't have fun, you don't enjoy it, guess what? The people watching you are not have fun. They're not going to enjoy it, and it's never going to work. You got to be yourself, and you got to have fun doing it. Same thing with Adam. If you're not having fun, same thing with Freddie, Monty, all those ones that are trying to do, yeah, it's a lot of work and it's whatever. But if you don't believe in it, you don't have fun doing it, you don't enjoy doing it, it's not a passion, stop, because it's not going to work. That's That's why it works. The ones that are successful, it's here. It's a heart. It's you enjoy. It may be a pain in the ass, and it may be a lot of work, and it may be whatever, but you have fun. You enjoy it. It's part of you. That's 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 what it's all about, man. That's
Yeah.
just that you got to have fun doing it, and that's I truly believe that with everything. That's just a big
yeah.
part of it.
You're right, Stan.
Thank you,
It's a-
Don. Thank you.
I have fun with it every day I do it.
There you go. Oh yeah, no. I was joking around, and Dom, I'm joking around. Like even on the Delaware, I wouldn't be a dumbass and go out there on ice on the Delaware River, up there, even up there. But but a lake, yeah, I'm going out on the lake. But
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know about no
but-
rivers. Yeah.
Right, but they were on the river. That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
They
no,
were on- I've been ice fishing on the lake. I know it had a nice old chunk of ice on there.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
okay. Not a problem. Cool. Let's go. I'll lead the way. Didn't mind. On the river, they were on the Mississippi River, is what I'm saying. On the Mississippi, Mississippi River, they were fishing. Smoke coming out the top. I'm just blaring out. I'm like, they got a fire going in there on the Mississippi River.
On the ice.
I have pictures because I could not believe it. I'm like, and then on the way back, the
On the way
train
back.
delayed because there was so much ice on the track. I'm
Uh,
like, y'all lost y'all mind. They're like, oh, we do this all the time. I'm like, no.
I miss those
Yeah.
cracking sound. Oh yeah, in the middle of the night, man. That was because when you're in the middle, we lived in the
wake-up
middle of
call.
nowhere. Like in our town, there was no. You'd be in your house. Like we lived right on the lake, and there was no street lights in our town. There was no It was. What was Eldred? What do you think? How many square mile? Like it was a big area. We lived like up in the Catskill Mountains, but it was like the population was like maybe. In the wintertime, population was like 300 people. In the summertime, because we were a few hours north of New York City, that we would get more in but there was you're talking about a huge area, and there was no light, so it's dark, and so at nighttime it's like right on the lake, everything is quiet. There's like nobody there, and man, you'd hear that boom, like the whale. It made like whale noises of the lake, and you'd hear it inside the house, and it was just the coolest thing, like windows open, just to hear that in the winter time. And yeah, and it was just awesome. It's just awesome. Like you can't yeah. Oh, like on a saw blade where you go on the saw blade. It's sort of like that, between that and a whale, and I can't describe it, but everybody that's been on the ice has heard it before. But when you're in the middle of nowhere and that happens, it's even louder at nighttime. It's just awesome.
But yeah, that right there.
But anyways,
See,
Yep,
the
one-
town I grew up in, it had
one stoplight. Yep.
It had third, second, first, second, third. That was the end of our streets.
Yeah.
And I was okay with that because that meant I got to go out to my uncle's farm and love life.
Yeah,
And-
that was
Bourne was the city to me. And when we wanted to come to the big city, we came to where I am now in Paducah. And Paducah's nothing compared to what I've seen being in the military.
yeah. It was a half hour for us to just go to the store to get like milk or whatever. It was like a half hour.
And see,
Just to
I'm
get
mad
to
at myself because I was in Newport News, Virginia.
Yeah, there you go.
And the only fishing I did was in brackish water anyway.
Yeah.
And big catfish chill out in brackish water. People don't realize that when they get a certain size, they can do that because they don't care. If that's where the
Yeah.
minnows are, that's where they're going to get.
Yeah. Yeah.
How many big crab in the village?
Yeah. Like we've been having a lot of crabs coming all the way up the James River up here to Richmond, and I keep the occasional. If I catch a catfish and it's got, whether you use circle hooks or whatever, you're going to have the occasional one where it gets gill hooked, where something happens, and it's not. I'm going to eat it. That's just how it is. I'm not going to waste it.
Right, ain't no reason to go to waste.
Right, Dom? You were raised back in the day. You don't waste anything. That's
exactly.
I'm going to put it back. But even with the smaller ones, there's the occasional where I'm like, all right, I'm going to keep a couple. If I'm going to keep normally it's the 3 pounders or so. That's just me. I like keeping them in that range. And when you clean them, a lot of times they'll have baby, because we're a tidal river here in the James River, all the way up above Richmond. Blue crabs, blue catfish are very, they're going to feed on whatever is there. And especially the smaller ones will feed on pretty much anything. We've caught them on pepperoni from Little Caesars Pizza while we were waiting to catch bait. Yeah, but when we were I'd keep a couple of the small ones and stuff and pop them open. There's almost all the time I found little blue crabs in them. So, they're gonna feed on whatever's there in. But as they get bigger, they will predominantly feed on whatever the main forage fish is there in the waters that they're in. Because when they're that size, they can do that. The little ones have to fight for whatever they can get.
That's like the smaller flatheads in the river by us.
There you go.
My buddy does the DNR tagging. They'll find the little ones. They all have crayfish in their bellies, or they'll be coughing up crayfish shells or whatever. The small guys, and then exactly what you were just saying. Once they get bigger, that's when they start, feeding on the bigger bait fish. And kind of a cool cycle. Watch it all go.
I like for live crayfish too, but I can't get past. I'm country, and I eat crayfish.
There you go.
Not that want to just sit there and get a mess of them and chunk them in that pot, and
Well, I'm originally from Louisiana, so that's that's like half your diet there.
Right.
That's what they find in your bellies, huh? When they put
There you go.
I can find vittles is what I like.
That's right.
Delicious. Man, I absolutely love being country. That's why I raised my kids and grandkids country, because it's just a good part of life, good way of living.
No, I agree with you 100%. Like when I was before my accident and we moved here to Virginia, when we lived upstate New York, I managed restaurants, and the nearest one I could find that I could support my family on and stuff was 100 miles away. So I commuted 100 miles one way to work so that we could live in the country and live in the middle of nowhere. And I drove 100 miles one way and 100 miles back home every single day after doing a 10 or 12-hour shift. And that was just, that's how important family is to me.
Yeah.
Like that's, yeah. And then back in the day,
that
was back in the,
I
that was back
appreciate
in the 90s and early 2000s. There was no cell phones and stuff like that back then. So,
right, exactly.
Well, do we have any more giveaways? Did you have another one of your rigs or something?
Yeah, let's do the Stand 3. The Stand 3. That's my son, Stand 3. He does. That's going to be available very, very soon. I think he's getting them out to Freddie. He just tied up a bunch of them, and that's going to be available. One of the new products on FOAcustomsgear.com.
Yes.
All right.
Awesome.
Well,
Here she comes.
20 pound fish back in the day. I thought I was the king of the world. I caught a 36 pound channel. Thought I was
Yep.
There you go. #Stand3.
All right. And his rigs, his hand-tied rigs are going to be available on FOAcustomsgear.com pretty soon. And that was one of the things I was going to bring up earlier. Like, big shout out to Monty big shout out to Freddie. You know, for what you were talking about with Randy, with Monty listening to you about adjusting the different changes that needed to be made with the guard dog. You know, same thing with Freddie. Like he puts stuff out to us and gives us a chance. He wants all of us to have input on it, and you know, he'll send most of the stuff to us ahead of time so we can kind of tell him what's going on and if we think there should be changes made. And
Right.
he
That
does
way
a
you
great job with that.
break it.
It's very important that I think that the business owners are listening to their pro staff, because you know if you're doing it right, you've got their best interest at heart and they've got your best interest at heart. And I think that's what's great about Guard Dog. I think that's what's great about FOA. And I think that's what's great about us kind of working together. I appreciate all the Guard Dog folks showing up on FOA and our lives and things like that. And anything I can do to support anything on Guard Dog, I'm more than happy to do. I'd like to get a couple and start trying them on the in the boat, because I think there's some good opportunities there, especially with I'd like to start trying them on we are doing a lot of suspending with the FOA rods, and suspending when you're in a boat for catfishing, that's kind of you got it right down, you got it a foot or two off the bottom. So when they hit, a lot of times sometimes they'll hit and they'll feel that rod when they pull it down. And I think that Guard Dog, to have that once they get it and they get that hit before they let it go, it might actually be a pretty good thing. So yeah. Hey man, you know what? When you're 400 pounds, you just kind of lift the cheek a little bit. It rocks the boat. You can't help it. It's just yes, I did. That's it, man. When you're in a John boat, you just kind of shift a little bit one way or the other. It's moving. There's nothing you can do.
That's why I can't
Yeah.
wait till my dad's boat
Yes, sir, Don.
so I can
I've
hit it.
been doing it on the boat and it works great.
Well, there you go. There you
Same
go.
here.
I think it's a great idea, and it's something that I'd like to look more into. And I you know, big shout out to y'all, and big shout out to Guard Dog and Monty and all of the pro staff there. Y'all do a great job supporting him and the
You got a
product.
great team. It's
Thank you.
we got a perfect team to work everything out. It's awesome. Dean,
I agree.
Seems
Well,
I am
on
very
the
pleased
boat,
with
you
being on
always
this team.
have that one pole that's behind you. And that's one I always missed bites on. But I found that wakes and stuff don't set it off, but a bite will.
Right?
Yep.
Should we go ahead and get the stand 3 rolling here so we can wrap things up?
There you go. Holy smokes, yes.
How many
Wow,
people we got in there?
This has
And
been
you know,
such,
I didn't want to
Keep
tell
going.
you, Stan, but this was we're not even live. I'm just recording this just to see how it is. So if you guys are ready, I'll go ahead and hit the live button.
Yeah.
I think we have some good content. I think we can put out a quality product. I'm confident now.
we possibly could. We might be able to do it.
We're just doing it so we can win.
There you go. I hope I win it.
River
River
Rat.
Rat.
Oh,
River
my
Rat.
God. Look at that.
Must be
That's just
rigged.
too easy. That's just too
That's what
easy.
922 said. He said that has to be rigged.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
I
no,
know
he
River
said-
Rat. I know who'll put it to good use.
Yes, definitely will. He will.
Well,
Yeah.
gentlemen, it's been my pleasure to hang out with you this fine day.
Absolutely.
Yeah, awesome show.
Stan, all my Guard Dog brothers, I appreciate y'all coming up. Stan, you know you're always welcome. Any show I'm ever on, any show I'm ever hosting, you're always welcome, brother. And I
Well,
appreciate
thank you, brother. Appreciate that.
Adam,
Yeah.
Cat Claus, love you, brother.
Yeah, appreciate everyone coming on, man.
Make sure if
Appreciate
you got the winter skeeter email, give me the shout out or the address on my email that I sent out. I'll get these out to you.
All right.
Yeah,
And,
it's an honor to be up here with you tonight.
Don, the feeling's mutual, my friend. The feeling's mutual. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. And
Yeah, Randy,
seriously,
Good
your
luck.
comments, Don, your comments tonight, seriously brought the tears to my eyes. I appreciate you saying that, and thank you. I can't tell you what it meant to me.
All he did was told the truth.
Thank you,
Well,
Stan.
thank you, Dom.
Truthful,
Appreciate
rich
you
and
too,
free.
brother. Thank you.
All right, Dom, you going to sing "Happy
And-
Trails" for us? Because I know you got that voice.
I actually know it though.
Ah.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. Oh my Lord, the gray hair is showing, isn't it?
Oh, we got to go here because now that show. I mean, we had look, we had 30 people. Now there's 2, so we better go after that.
Oh
singing.
my God.
Everyone else, y'all know I love you all. I appreciate you all. Thank you all. And until we fish again, and be breezy. Thank you. All.
Deuces.
See you next Sunday.
Tight line. See you guys next week.
Great guest.
Thank you for coming
Oh,
on.
thank you, Don. Thank you.
Y'all take care.
See you.
What a show.
Keep on hooking.